Hello everybody, my name is Roman and it's Marketing Watch House and welcome back on my channel. Thanks a lot for everybody who is still watching. Thanks a lot for putting likes and commenting. You're always welcome to ask anything that is difficult for you in the comments or reach me out on LinkedIn. It's actually very simple. I already have a few people joining me and you're always welcome. So coming back to our BigQuery, oh, by the way, the link to my LinkedIn is going to be in the description to this video. And all other useful materials like the where to look for help and how to set up the BigQuery, you're always welcome to go there. Okay guys, let's come back to our queries. I took a few weeks to rethink what I'm going to film about in the future. And today I want to show you a very common situation when, for example, in Google Ads, in your conversion column, you might have several conversions be selected and you only wanted to have stats only for one conversion instead of having all of them. You can do that. It's very simple actually with statement and with joins. All you need to do is to take all the campaign level stats or keyword or whatever else level you're using. I'm going to use a campaign to make it simple and to join it with a conversion stats table that is going to be on that level that you're trying to aggregate. Let me show it to you. If I type here conversion stats, you will see that I have a count conversion stat, add conversion stat, and so on and so on and so on. So because when you wanted to look at the conversions separately and check the conversion rate or conversions themselves for each conversion tag separately, you have to store a huge amount of data. So what Google Ads did, they decided is that in a basic stats table like basic stats, you're going to have everything that looks like exactly in Google Ads, but in a conversion stats, you're going to have another huge table with the access to each separate conversion value you have, and you can join with it. Let me show it to you. So first we need to have campaign conversion stats. This is my view. I'm going to query the view. Again, I'm going to use this star and I will going to format this. And let's give some filters. So, and conversion stats table is going to be populated with new conversions every day. So I can't use only the data date equals latest date, because in that case I'm only going to use the yesterday's data, which is not correct. So I'm going to do data date more equal date add, and let's add to current date, then interval of last month. So in this case I'm going to use the data, this is going to have a parenthesis because it's a function. What else I did wrong? And of course, it's going to be where. I usually also do 1 equals 1 and put here and to make them all look exactly the same, but it's up to you actually. So let's have a look what we have in this table. I hope it's not empty. Yeah, it's not empty. So we have IDs again, the ad network type, a lot of other stuff, conversion type name. Again, it's in Cyrillic. You probably don't know Cyrillic, it's okay. Unfortunately, I don't have any data set that is fully in English that I can make a video about. If you have anything like that, you're welcome to share it with me. I can help you with whatever you want. At least what you can see that this conversion type name has only one parenthesis, and this, for example, has two. This is the first one, this is the second one. So we have different conversion types there. And conversion type name is actually a name of the conversion that you've imported in Google Ads. If you go to your Google Ads account and then you go to settings and then to conversions, you will see all the conversions that you added there. Okay, we can say conversion type name and we can say distinct, and distinct will only give us unique positions of this column. You will see that I have here 3 conversion type names. It actually just happened that in my MCC that I'm using for this video, I only have one account running constantly, and in this account I have 3 different conversion type names. It's very important to understand that if your conversion, for example, that you've imported through Google Analytics, is not counted as a conversion in a column that is called conversion in Google Ads, let me show it to you. So you can have an imported conversion, but you are not using it to actually count it, then the date for this conversion is not going to be in BigQuery. So you either have to add this conversion on your account level, for example, I go here, or you have to add it on a campaign level, but it's very important that to access the data of the conversion, this conversion should be counted as a conversion. So we go to conversions, and yeah, you see that I'm counting these conversions only one, and including conversions, I have yes, yes, and yes. So each of these conversion values, each of these conversions actions, I'm gathering for my conversion column that is usually located here. If you go here, you will see conversion column. So inside these 19 conversions we have here, we have all 3 of them. And if we do segment and then we say conversions and conversion action, we actually will see different conversions that happened. We have 5 of number 1, 4 of number 2, and 10 of number 3. So if we do not have the conversions here, we are not going to have them in BigQuery. We can give the conversions, we can give different definition of conversion column on the right on a campaign level. To do that, we need to select the campaign, push edit, and then change the conversion settings. But again, only after you did that, the conversion data is going to be gathered. So before you did that, before the conversion was edited, the data will be unavailable. But it's okay. Okay, so as long as you have conversions here, you will see him there in BigQuery. Now we know that we have this conversion type name, and just for simplicity, I'm going to take only this one with 2 parentheses because it's going to be easy to understand for everybody. Even if you don't speak any Cyrillic-based language, it's totally okay. I'm more than sure that you can count parentheses. So this is going to be my conversion name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to erase it everything, and let's just do our homework. So first of all, I'm going to do with, and let's call it basic stats. By the way, you can call it as you want. I just like this way of typing the names. So, and in the end, I'm going to say select everything from basic stats. And here we're going to take all already existing data. So we're going to say, let's just give me some from Google Ads, and then campaign basic stats. And here, let's do external customer ID, then campaign ID. So external customer ID, for those that don't remember, it's an account ID under MCC I have, and campaign ID is also there, but in basic stats there is no campaign name or anything like that. So to bring it there, I have to join it. But before I do that, actually I can do it right now. So let's do campaign name. You see it's not blue. Then account descriptive name, and then do here left join Google Ads, and then campaign, and before that, what we actually can do after that doesn't actually matter. In this case, might matter if you do something in a different way. Google Ads, and then customer. And then here we're going to be using, on a campaign level, we have external customer ID, and we have campaign ID. Whereas on customer ID, we don't have any campaigns, so we only have external customer ID. And while we still remember that we need to do all the wheres. So we're going to say that campaign basic stat is going to be C campaign basic stat CBS, and we also can put here as, but it's not. I mean, it's a good way to do that, but even if I don't put as, in this case, BigQuery will understand that because there are different ways in SQL to express the names, and as word as is not required, it's more like expected to be there. So for campaign, we're going to say CMP as usual, and here we're going to have, I don't know, ACC for account. So where campaign basic stat dot date to date is going to be more than equal date add current date, and then interval for last month, and CMP dot data date is going to be CMP dot latest date, because the campaign names information we only wanted to have for the last day, and as well we want to see for account. So now we have it, and we wanted to bring some cost, and if you remember, we need to sum the cost and then divide it by 1 with 6 zeros, and we call it as cost. Then we need to sum impressions as impressions. Then let's do clicks, some clicks as clicks, and I'm also going to sum conversions as all conversions. So in this case, I'm going to, okay, let's check, group by, of course, and here we need to say, let me make it bigger. We need to say group by first 4 lines. Let's check the result. So in this case, I'm going to have a small subquery that actually goes and gathers me all the information about the external customer ID, campaign ID, and campaign name, account descriptive name, cost, impressions, clicks, and all conversions. So if I'm not mistaken, this should be correct. At least I hope. I might have a mistake here, but this is not so critical right now. What we're going to do next, we're going to make another subquery. So here we put comma and say CVR stats. So here is going to be conversion stats. I'm going to again select everything I've selected before. Sorry, we're not going to select names. So we're going to select external customer and campaign ID. Let's make it beautiful. It's going to have from Google, and then it's going to be campaign basic stats. And here we're going to say some conversions as 2 per conversions, or like chosen conversion. Yeah. And then we're going to say group by first and second. The only thing we have to do, we need to make 2 filters. First, we need to have exactly the same date filter that we used to have before, because we wanted to compare data. We wanted to use the conversions and the cost data for the same period. And the second thing we need to do, we only need to stay with the same with the only one type of conversions. So if I'm not mistaken, here I have conversion action. So conversion action, we go here and let's see how it might be called in the table. Oops. So conversion. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's campaign basic stats. It was a silly mistake. It's going to be campaign conversion stats, of course. And here we have conversion type name. I guess it's going to be that one. And conversion type name equals, this is my conversion type name. Okay, it's valid. Let's copy this, put it here, and look at the results. Okay, I have some campaigns, some conversions, some external customer IDs for last month. I'm not sure if this is fully correct, but let's check it. So what we're going to do, we're going to select everything from basic stats. Let's put it here, select everything from basic stats. And we're going to left join our conversion stats using external customer ID and campaign ID. And let's select only date. We don't have date here. It's very important, by the way. We need to say it's going to be date. Here we're going to have 5. Here we also want to have date. So we have 3, and here we want to have date. And where's date equals. So here I have last 14 days. It's more than 10th of March. To more equal 2020 03rd 10. And campaign name equals, what was the campaign name here? Let me copy this one, put it here, and let's run it. So we are going to have, oh, that's a lot. Why we have so many clicks? Of course, because we haven't aggregated anything. So what we want to have, we want to say, just give me the sum of chosen conversions and give me the sum of all conversions. Let's call this chosen conversion, this all conversions. Let's also bring campaign name here and do group by. So what I did here, we got everything by date, all the stats that we have into account. Here, again, by date, we have all the stats for only, we have only chosen conversion stats. Then we joined all these tables, so this is basic stats, and then we left join conversion stats using external customer ID, campaign ID, and date. Because we have the same names of the columns of the dimensions in both of the tables, it's very simple to join. Then I've selected only those period that I have in my Google Ads account, and I've selected only that campaign that I have here. Whatever that means, if you don't speak Cyrillic, again, it's absolutely okay, because in some period of your time, of your career, you might work with Spanish campaigns, Italian campaigns, Chinese campaigns. It's only okay to be able to work with the campaign names that is not in your native language. And I just group by first, which is campaign name in this case, and I don't need to group by these because it's aggregated functions. Let's check what I'm going to have. So I have 4 chosen conversions and 18 all conversions. I have 5 here. I have 4 here and 19 in total. That might happen that we have 19 here and we have only 18 here for 2 different reasons. First, it might be because the conversion I forgot, for example, yesterday is not yet in BigQuery. And because I use conversions coming from Google Analytics, it takes time to arrive in BigQuery sometimes, and yesterday's data might not be absolutely okay and correct. And in this case, I just need to wait one more day, but let's just double check and exclude the yesterday's data. So it's going to be less than 2012 March, and today's 24th, 23rd. Okay, and let's run it, and let's run it here. So do exactly the same, but without the last day. So we should have 17 conversions with 4 conversions that we selected. Okay, the data is absolutely matching. So you might want to, in some period of time, to reduce the time lag you have when your conversion is happening. and the conversion is selected to BigQuery. That is usually easier to do when you have Google Ads tag instead of Google Analytics. But again, I can't tell you 100% way to reduce these lags. And one more important thing, that if you have your Google Ads account in a different time zone to what you have in BigQuery or where you live, for example, if you have a European BigQuery, you live in Europe and you schedule the European BigQuery to export there, but you have a Google Ads account that is selected for American time, a lot of conversions are going to be missing because by midnight in Europe, it's not going to be midnight yet in America, Washington time, for example, or whatever account you have, or California, which is even worse. So my general suggestion would be to have accounts all in one single time zone, even if it's not very comfortable to use for day of the time, bit adjustments. That is still very useful for all analytical purposes. So the data is aggregated on the same way that is your main office. Where is your main office located? Guys, don't forget to push like, don't forget to ask your questions. If you have anything that struggles you or you don't know how to do that, just leave me a comment, because sometimes it's very difficult for me to come up with ideas for videos. And don't forget to write me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my Medium, you will find all the links below. And thanks you very much for watching, and see you soon, guys. Bye bye.